Likewise, for those of you on YouTube, good morning. Good morning, good morning. LMD, my man, is in the building. May Sam, what's up? Christopher, Brad, Dash, we got the crystal ball. Jeff, how you doing? Guys, good morning and welcome back. I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel ready. And I'm excited to see what the market has in store for us today. So, with that being said, I'm going to get all my level 2s in place and I'm going to start to get ready. Let me see something here. RNXT, we might want to put up top. And how is this other stock looking here? WAVE selling off, so I'll swap that one out. Okay, not bad. SGTX is at $28. I didn't even realize that. DUO, I'm going to swap out for the other stock that started to move recently. IMNM. Geez. There we go. Much better. IMNM. Jeez. Why would we get such a symbol? It's so hard to say. RNXT. Feel like I'm back in grade school doing my alphabet again. SGTX. This is such an expensive stock. I might not trade it just due to the price range. I don't mind trading stocks that are up at 20, 25, 30, 35, but I usually like to trade them up to that level. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to start off with some pre-market analysis, and I'm going to go through and map out some key trend lines. So IMNM is currently on screen. We'll start with this one. In fact, you know what I'll do here? I'll write up the watch list quickly. Yes, for those of you guys on YouTube, we already have the MMU watch list already. Marcelo's usually on top of it, 9 a.m. For those of you on YouTube, and this is not detailed, of course, right? It's just a list of stocks. That's it. SGTX. The other one is very detailed. RNXT. And lastly, as a maybe, I think what's this other stock? WAVE as a maybe. Okay, looks good. So I'll put this into the alert section as well. This is good because, you know, whenever I want to backtest the stock from like weeks ago, months ago, years ago, I just come right here, I scroll back, and then I go back to the charting on that day to see how things played out and, you know, what I'm looking for in terms of patterns and things like that. I'll throw it up top too as well. Why not? The mighty man. The mighty man. Okay, all right, let's start with those trend lines. So IMNM, we got pre-market highs at 1041. That's the first level I'll be keeping an eye on. Low of this pullback has been 935, pretty good, and it held up well. Seems like it might even be curling, so pretty good stuff. We also have VWAP right at that level, so good to see. That last 5-minute candle, though, a little tricky with that wick, but it's holding up very well. Moving on to the daily chart here. If this stock continues to move, how likely and how far are we to go? So coming back, doesn't seem like there's major resistance, at least not off the bat, which is good. All right, not bad at all. Lows, 1248, but not a lot of volume back there. The only candle that I'm really seeing here that looks very significant goes back to July 20th of 2021. We had a high of 2496, a low of 1790. Before then, I mean, you know, there's a few levels, but Again, I want the levels that are going to be super obvious as other people are also looking back at this chart. I think maybe like 1965 and the high point here 2373. So it's telling me that this one could have some room, but I don't know how likely we are to get up to these levels. So I'll put 1790. It's a lot of range. I mean, if it does go and does anything close, I mean that in itself would be pretty good, right? If this goes to like 15 or something. So I'll put 1790. And that's the only level I'll put. Other than that, I'll take the stock in small increments, 50-cent increments, and I'll pay attention to my key indicators such as volume, our candlesticks, and other trend lines as we go, as a way of potentially telling if things are slowing down or resistance might be coming in. Of course, level 2 as well. So we'll see. Moving on to the next stock. And by the way, this one, where we at? It's up 57%, 1.3 million shares of volume, 10 million shares in the float. Not bad. Relentless Momo. So switching over to DUO, next stock, DUO. Cheaper stock at $1. This move started yesterday in after hours. The stock does have a slightly higher float at 54 million. But that's not nothing we haven't ever seen before. This also comes down to volume, right? If the volume is high enough, then the demand can meet or even best the supply, right? And that way we have an imbalance. So the lows of the pullback seems to have been around 88. Recent highs around 109. VWAP down there at 99 cents. So can we hold the VWAP area, get up to 109, and then if we do, can we attack pre-market, or rather after our highs of 121, which I will put in a blue trend line. That's DUO, and I believe I traded this stock before. The name sounds familiar. 200 EMA is currently at 207. Okay, not bad. Looks decent. So can we get up to $2? Is that possible for DUO? Moving on, we got RNXT. RNXT, which is up 25%. You know what? Up top, and this one is selling off. I'm going to put it over here. IM&M. And I'm going to put this one on the right-hand side. Like for those of you in MMU that have seen this other screen, for preference, I prefer to look at the middle screen. But it doesn't really matter, I guess, right? But why not? We have time. So yeah, RNXT. Highs are at 358. Pre-market highs, that is. Low, which has been a pretty low, all the way down to 250 after the first move. But since then, it's been holding a little tighter against 263, which is not bad. In fact, I think I'll watch 263 instead. If we pull all the way back down there to 250, it might not be too good. High of this recent area here, around 9:08 a.m., we had 304. So I definitely want to see us over this area. Acting as a bit of a midpoint. VWAP as well. VWAP currently around 90. So zooming out a little bit, if we get over 304, can we push up there to 335, and then of course 358, the next high point for pre-market highs. Okay, daily chart. If this one is to go, how likely are we to go? And where? So, okay, so there's some candles going back to March 29th, March 30th, high of 460. 460. And also January 18th, we had a high point of $5. This is the type of stock that I like, to be honest. Like, you see how it's just going sideways right now? It had a move. It's kind of consolidating a little to the upside, short-term pullback. It's like if this type of stock sees the volume into the open, I feel like, a lot of times we'll see some sort of opportunity. It's not always, and that's not guaranteed. I mean, anything could happen. This stock could just sell right off, right? So as you know, we got to always be careful and manage risk accordingly. But this is what I like to see. 460 pre-market, not pre-market heights, but daily level. I'm going to map that out. Again, that's 90. What is wrong with me? 460. Jeez. What is that? March 30th. Okay. 460. I'm a little too excited. I got to calm down for the open. Being too excited is not good because, you don't want to throw yourself off center. But other than $5, we got a high point of 575 that I'll also keep an eye on. The pastor has to take a second to relax, breathe, and, not be overzealous. Yeah, I did trade the stock before. This was a while ago. I think this is back in September of last year. Not bad. So if it gets going, there's definitely room. There's 1020. There's also 1251. I'm going to map out those levels. Why not? Time 23. We got 6 minutes. $10.70. So 1020, 1070. I don't know. I don't think I'll map out anything past that. I think that's good. Especially 1020. Okay, our NXT looking pretty good. And so it's 9:24 a.m., which means it's time to make sure my screen recording is turned on. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. That way I can come back and study the price action later in the day. Yeah. So this is what I was looking back here, right? 1020, 1251, and then all-time highs. We got 1674. What are the odds we get up to 1674 today? It's possible, but not likely. So coming back to the main screen, there's, I believe, one other stock that we'll look at here. SGTX. Let's quickly look at this one. And let's come out of the Relentless Momo, SGTX. It seems like this one might have had actually, no, it didn't have a split. It's just up like crazy. We had lows of 692 around 6:45 a.m. So this stock has absolutely went crazy. High of 40.40 pre-market highs. Low of the pullback. We got 27.25. 27.15. 27.15, low of the pullback. This looks good. It's expensive though, so how we manage risk, we'll have, at least for me, it's a little different for some other traders out there. But for those of us, those of us in MMU, we can mitigate the risk by using smaller share size. There's no need to use 1,000 shares here if we're using 1,000 shares on a $4 stock, right? This is literally 10x. So, do we need to go with $40,000 worth of cash right away? I think that might not be the best thing to do. So for me, just 100 shares, 300 shares, and if it's moving really well, spreads are not bad, and it's moving in a linear manner, then in that case I could size up. But if I size up to like 500 or 1,000 shares on this stock, I have to be prepared for $500 to $1,000 losses in one trade. Which, if it comes down to it, if it's that good, we'll risk it. But if not, then we're not going to. It just depends on how things play out and what the market is telling me. Right now, we are ready to go. Right now we're ready to go, but we also got to manage risk and make sure that it makes sense. It's not about just being super aggressive. Okay, so we got WAVE, which is just rock bottoming right now. 389 pre-market highs. After our highs, we had about 368, which I'll put in blue. This one will be off screen, but it could be like a wild card stock. Maybe it does curl up a little bit. Just going down though. The low right here, 17, 18. With a stock like SGTX, we got a $10 range right now back to the pre-market highs. And when we do look at the daily chart, there aren't a lot of huge resistance. So, we'll see. Sometimes these stocks, they end up going all the way to 100. That's a 2-minute warning is hitting. So WAVE, once again, how are we looking on the daily chart here? 344 is a 200 EMA. I think this will be one of the last levels I map out here. We did reject the 200 if we go back to 479, 494. So 480, I'll put as resistance on this one. And that'll do it. I'll get ready for the open here. So I am an M, RNXT, and SGTX are the few that I'll be watching. The top three I'll be watching into the open. And I'll take it from there. Small size to start. You guys know the drill. Yesterday's plan is also today's plan. Small size to start. I'm not going to be overly aggressive. I'll wait for my opportunity, my chance. Once I see those A quality trades, I'll look forward to getting in. And, for me, it just comes down to trading to the best of my abilities. As long as I do that, I'll be completely fine. And more than likely, it'll be a great day. It's been over 3 years since we haven't had a great day. So, I think the record will continue to live on here today. Other than that, remember that day trading is risky. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are losing. If you're new to the markets or if you're struggling in general and you've been around, it's best to trade in a simulator instead of using actual cash. If you do not have the mental connection in the sim, you got to use risk money that if you lose it, it does not affect your livelihood or your lifestyle. Do not use family savings, retirement money, things like that, especially if you're not consistently profitable. All right. So, with that being said, remember that I do not invest money for my subscribers. I do not do mirror trading, options trading, anything like that for my subscribers. And I will never message you first. I will never ask for personal information. All right. Trade smart. Trade the best opportunities. Here we go. Let's also make sure we keep our emotions in check. Right? I'm noticing RNXT has a bit of a spread to it for cheap stock. IMNM also has a spread to it. Now this one is around $8. The goal for me here is to just end the month with a few green days, right? I think there's 2 days left, today and tomorrow. Can we end with 2 more green days? As of right now, very likely. RNXT starting to show a little bit of life. It is choppy. Coming up a little bit though. Yeah, I'll act. That was a pretty high fill. Jeez. I was slow to buy, so that's my own fault. Might add here if it's strong. Oh, that was a terrible add. It's not going to go. Looked good though. Adding is always tricky. If the stock doesn't go, it ends up being a losing trade more than likely. So it's essentially a breakout trade, right? You're buying at the highs, expecting it to go higher if it doesn't go. But I like that the stock is holding up mid 80s. Maybe it continues to hold up mid 80s. And we'll see if we do get bigger bids, things like that to help push us up. I do want to see it over 304. It's the trend line that I have there from pre-market. I am and M, and the other one having a hard time. Yeah, we're not holding up above pre-op super well here. Oh my gosh. SGTX mooning. There's a huge spread though, huge spread.
ALLL.
Mm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I buy it twice? What was that? It's back down. Okay, scratch trades. I had a hotkey error right there, but that's okay. I'll have to watch that back. Let's see. Time 234. Couple of scratch trades. And now it's trying to halt down. Jeez. Talk about a roller coaster. Sold that position too soon, man. Will we keep squeezing, or will we need a pullback? Jeez. I M and M moving up a bit. I'll pull it on screen when I can.
SPD. SGTX.
Seems like it might be struggling. No, oh, I'm going to sell too early again. That's twice. Jeez Louise. I'll get back in though. Quite the spread here. It's definitely not in the clear by any means, but you know, we'll see if it does hold up this area. Ay, ay, ay. We should have done much better there. We're kind of a little fumbling the trades a little bit here today. We got to tighten up, right? Hotkey error, missing a few trades. Low of 25. I don't want to be too aggressive because of where we are. We are below the VWAP, of course. Whilst the red to green seems to be holding up, I wouldn't mind a little bit more confirmation. Okay, not bad. Hope I got a good fill coming out. Might still hold up, but definitely big range. Nope, back down. I am curious of this fill. Oh wow, I got fill. Like, wow, that's amazing. I somehow got 200 shares to fill on the ask at 60. So somebody must have bought the ask in that moment. Uh-oh, I'm seeing lag with Thinkorswim. Mm-mm-mm. TOS, man. That's on RNXT, so I'll be careful. I'll make sure to put out my sell orders. It seems like the stock might be struggling a little bit though. So I'll just ease off and wait. DUO, how are we doing? DUO has been mooning. Whenever there's four stocks, I was thinking about this actually today. Whenever there's four stocks, I might start to keep all four on screen because I can. I just don't do it, right? So like I'm gonna miss this entire move on DUO, which isn't good. Come on. So a lot of selling. Stock must hold above VWAP. I don't love this entry here. In fact, let's wait. We'll get back in lower if we can. It might be rejecting it. 83. I want to see it hold high, like 80, 88, 87, but might be rejecting again. Hard to tell right now. But it is lining up with the 5-minute candles to potentially make the new high. So can we get over 3 again? And if we do, essentially room to 335 if this one starts to move. But choppy so far. Yeah, missing DUO was not good. I mean, from 1 to 130, not good, not good. Yeah, so what I'll do tomorrow or any other day moving forward, like whatever's on this screen will just stay on this screen. It'll just have to be that way on the bottom monitor. And then I'll just watch the other three up top. If there's time to change it, then I will. But missing those trades doesn't make any sense. So that's on me. I'll make that adjustment for tomorrow moving forward. So on those days, I'm also not going to show the Momo Pro scans because the level 2 that I'll be using is underneath right here, right? I do like that IM and M has curled back up. I'm going to size down to small size to try and get back in a good zone. get in line with the stock.
SG2X.
I think it's still on the weaker side because we are below VWAP. So again, I'm trying not to be too aggressive. But you know, it's showing signs that like it might want to curl. My hotkey did not trigger right there. It's okay. It's odd. 6. False breakout. No, it seems to be holding. 45, 35. No, false breakout. Not good. Switching back to the other one, as it's back over VWAP, RNXT. I'm not happy with how I traded this stock so far. I should have done way better. There's a lot of entries that I'm not taking. If this RNXT starts to move well, I'll get super aggressive. Can we hold? 95. Can we see the extension? Stocks are just not holding up well today. It's not gonna go. Man. Mm-mm-mm. Close. Close, close, close. I had 4,000 shares with an average of like 99. Some days they just don't go, right? And to be honest, for this price range, it's moving a little wacky, man. Like this price range is usually smooth. Like this stock is moving like it's an $8 stock. We still want limited downside risk, high upside potential. If we're not getting that, then we do not need a 1-to-1, right? Can we see a 2-to-1 or more? If I'm gonna trade a stock that's 1-to-1, my accuracy has to be higher than 50%. And my accuracy is at 50%. In fact, right now it's at 48%. So I don't need to be trading a stock that's 1-to-1. If the risk is just as high as the upside potential, then it's not making sense for me. Now, on the other hand, if you have like a 90% accuracy, 70% accuracy, 65% accuracy, whatever it might be, you can still trade it and do well. But you have to, of course, know what makes sense for you and your style. WAVE not really holding up well. Could be onto something though, but might be a little too soon. I can't believe I missed DUO, man. Mm-mm-mm. What we could have done with this stock. Sometimes trading does come down to this literally, right? Are you in the right place at the right time? Yesterday on NERV, I missed that huge green candle for the red to green. There's no telling what could have happened if I was watching that stock at that time. Do we make $1,000 pretty quickly and then, once we get back a little bit ease off, it's like a whole different day. RNXT, I'm hoping it's an afternoon stock, or let's say late morning stock, where, you know, let's say around 10:30 it finally starts to go. There's 95. I'm gonna size down what I'm gonna watch. I want to see it getting above 304 and holding above that level. And I'm going to be disciplined and just wait for that. I don't even think I want to try to break out through the level. I'll just wait for it to get above. So, you know, confirmation sometimes mean potentially missing a trade. Is this it? Come on, where are those bulls, KB? KB, KB, are the bulls gonna get us to 315, 320? Come on. Good, good. No, we have to hold up our levels. Titanic. Is it? 302. I mean, it's holding. It's so tricky here. I don't like that it's not holding above 04 though. Well, I give it time. Still early. Still early. So tricky. So we got 10 for the high. There are some smaller sellers. Very tricky price action on the level 2. So I do want to zoom out and look at my chart some more. I think if it pulls away, the more it pulls away, the better it'll be for me eventually. I'll just have to be patient and wait for a solid entry. But I'm also not going to limit myself. If something looks good, I will take it. And, you know, so can we hold up in these areas like this? Scratch trade. Being that it is a little sporadic, I'll just take my 5-10 cents whenever I do get it. See, it's not holding up above 304. I'll keep waiting. I like that particular trade there, but I'll keep waiting. So we got a low of 96. The main thing is for us to continue to close above 304. The candle has 30 seconds. The 5-minute candle is still young. So there's time, there's still hope. There's still a chance. If this candle closes above the level, I think that'll be a good sign. So waiting to see. The VWAP is at 91 though, you know, it's still pretty low. And this is why I think the more separation to the upside, the better it starts to look. And VWAP kind of pulls up a little bit. High is at 18. The risk is there. Shares, hard to HCB. There's a lot of risk on this stock. I'm gonna rotate through some of the other ones. You know, WAVE, for example, curling up a little bit. Is there something here? I M and M. Hopefully that one tries to curl up again. Could also have some opportunities there. DUO, unfortunately, after that nice move up, looks like it's giving out. Longevity, longevity. I'm gonna size down too. I'm just gonna size down everything. Just gonna be patient. I like that we're curling back up. The 5-minute candle has about 2 minutes. This is a good sign. The last low was 3, and then before that we had 97. So how well is it gonna hold up in this area here? There are some bids around 3, which is good. High point was 14. Time about a minute. Hmm. It's like it's so 50-50. I can't really lean on one side, so I'm still waiting. As long as we can hold 97 and $3, though, I think it has a good chance. This is good. The candle has 15 seconds. So I like what I'm seeing here. Three seconds left in that candle. This is good. So what will it be? We end in good shape. Decent shape.
ALLR.
I want to be careful of the mid trades. So I'm waiting. You guys know I like it high or low. High or low. WAVE is moving a bit. I wonder if there's something there. VWAP 61. What's the overall market looking like? Actually, let's see. Average. Oh, looks like it may hold here. Might hold up right here. 8. I saw 99 though. So we got we're still here. Let's see what it does. Still waiting. I'll give it another shot. Tight stops. It's not separating, so again, I'll look for the re-average. Waiting. There's still some red printing. If not, I might miss it, and that's okay. WAVE. Huge sell-off, man. Huge sell-off. Brutal drop. Is that it? Looks like that might have been it. So 98 looks like it might have been it. I honestly expected maybe 88. Well, not, let's not say 88, like 92, 90. It held up fairly high. So right here it needs to keep holding up and then push back the high of day. Is it possible? Can we see it? You know, this guy trying to get banned from the Discord? Come on, man. Come on. Weddy, let's keep it professional, please. Like we're not in a high school classroom here. RNXT, waiting patiently. It seems like we're curling up slowly and steadily. Will we see a high of day push? Good volume. Waiting. It's so hard to time these trades. Come on, it has to go here. It has to go. We must see new highs. That's not good. But at least the trade was there from 98 to 20, right? It's not good that it's not going to go, though. Like right here, we should be at 35.40, making new highs. Here we're back at the lows, rejecting the highs. People probably got short mid-teens if they're aggressive. Some will cover, some will hold for lower lows. So it seems like this one is just in a range. I don't know. I'm thinking about shutting it down. If nothing else comes, I'm out of here. So I'll wait around for another 30 minutes. If not, I'll just come again on another day where the opportunities are better. Again, I did miss DUO, so that wasn't good. I think this stock we could have done exceptionally well on. From 110 to 131. VKTX. This is tragic. What a drop. Will this bear flag eventually squeeze? We got a green candle like this. Halting up. That's GTX, is that possible? Halt resumption on that one could be fun. Even with IM and M. I've traded this stock so poorly, man. And I say that only because like I'm seeing entries and I'm very hesitant to take them. And you know, most of them worked out. RNXT, I like that it's curling back up, but you know, can we see that new high? I think it's more likely it gets rejected. But you know, we'll see. There's still a chance. I think the short sellers might be watching mid-teens, high teens aggressively. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. The markets, I tell you, man, some days can be so aggressive, and then other days like today where it's just so sideways. But the amazing thing is that there's always opportunities, so we definitely can't complain, right? Our NXT, we just went from VWAP right up to 320 again. For anybody looking for that type of opportunity, it was there. Can we see 30 out of this move here? The new 5-minute count will be here in 45 seconds. 19. Can we get up there? There's no shares available to go short. Think or swim. So watching. Can we keep pushing? If I'm a short seller, I'd be covering over 20. So will this thing keep going? Or are they going to have aggressive stops that are wider? Some of them may watch for 35. Some might even watch for 58. So a lot of red coming in, but let's see what this does. I've sized down dramatically here, taking a couple cents here and there. I'll size back up whenever I feel like the stock is good. A lot of volume there to the buy side. Come right back down. Okay. Whilst the pullback here isn't awful, it's better if it separates and then gives the pullback. To me, it just still looks like the resistance is kind of weighing on it. I've been trying not to ban people in the Discord, but that might change. Like, we really have to sit down and think about what we're posting before we post it. And you got to ask yourself, like, who's really seeing these posts? I mean, just think about it like a lecture hall. You got a lot of people, 25, 30, majority of the people are between 30 and 50. And here you are posting some nonsense. It's like it's like come on. We got a high of 323, 324. When this type of momentum is going on, I sometimes think of the phrase that Wrong Bet uses, pulling teeth, watching paint dry, watching the water boil. UAVE, IMNM, DO. There's some halted stocks I can look at here. SGTX, was that halt up or down? Was SGTX? Oh, that's 20 minutes ago. Never mind. ALLR 19 minutes ago. RHE 19 minutes ago. So the stock is curling back up. RNXT. RNXT curling back up. This could be good. Or not. We got a Hive 29 is back down. It's like this stock is trying to run, or let's say it's trying to jump, and it's jumping with the ankle weights on. It's resistance at every step of the way. So sometimes we'll get like a late morning stock, like a stock like this that later in the morning it starts to move very well, as if it's a whole different stock. IMNM currently at 813 on the bids. WAVE breaking down. Man, I hope tomorrow to start the day there's some better action, right? Or maybe I come and trade some pre-market. Because pre-market seems like it's been doing all right. I mean, SGTX, for those of you who really have good mastery over pre-market price action, and if you were here early as well, that's another thing. Some people come up for 7, others for 8. Some of you guys are here at 4. If you were and you saw this thing on time, you probably were able to capitalize. But the volume though, right? I mean, look at the volume here. Sometimes this is the problem. We go from 692 to $13 with 400 shares of volume. Like, I don't know. That's nonsense. But this is what pre-market sometimes is about, right? The volume, some volume got in around 7. We started pushing around 8,000 shares. But this is so light. I mean, and can you really be in here with any sort of shares at this point? Probably not. At least if you're managing risk well, because if you go in too heavy, it's like your majority volume, and then if it's like a rug pull, then you really feel it, because then you go from like 25 down to like 15. There's no halts pre-market. TOP. TOP. How's it looking? Starting to move. Time 10:13 a.m. I N IMNM is breaking down a bit. Rock bottom. You know what I haven't been saying is to the gallows. I got all this stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean. To the gallows. Davy Jones' locker. Bottom of the seven seas. And then they start saying release the Kraken. For those of you who are a fan of that movie or that series franchise. Yeah, this type of market, man, it'll do it to you, right? The short sellers are, you know, seeing more opportunities than anybody else. Our NXT, I do appreciate that we had some opportunities off the lows. Likewise with IMNM, we had a nice red to green in there, although it wasn't anything crazy. There were opportunities on these three green candles, but again, definitely not anything close to the better days that we've seen in the past. TOP climbing up a little bit. $6.97. I don't think I'll be touching this one, at least not yet. In this type of market, though, it is important to flip the switch if a stock does come out of the blue that starts to fly. If that happens, you kind of have to get into go mode. But TOP, I don't know if this will be that type of stock. It's been moving up though, 55 to 98. Nice range right there going up. Low of the current candle 75. We'll be making a new high over 7 and continue pushing. I don't want to deal with the spreads right now. If it proves to me that it's really good, if it keeps going, maybe eventually, maybe. More green, more buying, more buying. Can we rip through 7, 710, 715, 720? There's a top of the level. and back down a bit. 60 on the bits. JOBY had a high float. I checked that one out yesterday, so I'm not really looking at it. But yesterday it moved up well. It has a high float, so I haven't really been getting, involved. Yeah, but it moved up well, right? From all the way from $6 up to 11 here today. $6 to $11. I'm gonna shut it down early today. Around 10:25, and in another, 5-10 minutes, I'll shut it down. Tomorrow's Friday. Friday the 30th. What will it be? And I'll be back today. I'll be around. I'll be around today. I have this meeting later into the day. I have a mentor session today as well. So I'll be around. I'm always around. If something is moving later, the approach is always the same. Small size first. Can I gain a good rhythm? Can I connect? If I do, I steadily increase size, and then, we try and capitalize. So TOP at $7 again. What will it be this time? It's the fifth time the charm. 99. Where are those bulls? Can we do it? Can I go short here? No, there's no shares. Only 100 shares though, in case it does go. Okay, it will go. Can we hold 7 and keep pushing now? Sediment out over the level. Come on, fit 20. Can we see 20? Can we see 25, 30? It's holding up. It's holding up. It's not selling off, which is good. Now we just need the extension, the pull away. 94. There are some sellers at 7, but the level is going to give. We're going to curl up. The fifth time was the charm. Probably would have lost $10 if I had gotten filled with 100 shares. So slowly and steadily, can we see 25, 30, 40 here over time? What was the high? 30. And I like that the volume is coming in. That's exactly what we want to see. If it gets halted up here, even better. This will definitely open things up for the day. Am I too soon? Maybe. Low. Oh, wait. Not decisive there, but okay. We got a high at 50. There's his bid. Small size. bad, but not great. We want more of a pull away than that if we're going to break over the highs, right? Time, 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. Come on, give us something nice. Talk to me nice. This is where I start saying, talk to me nice. Right, can we see a good entry here? Spread, okay, fair fill. As long as it doesn't fail here, this should be a decent trade, but we'll see. Low, okay, pretty decent. Are we failing? I think anything below 10 isn't great. Yep, I'll take the loss. Not good. Now we start to have a huge topping wick on the 5-minute candle there. If it doesn't recover, at least and close above like 25 to the depths. I like the entry, but the pullback is going very, very low. It has to close above at least 25 here to recover. And there's still a minute, so it's possible it does curl back. If it does, I'll watch. But it's a low pullback. $7. Can we close above 25 area? Time, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. I don't know. I think even if I took that mid-teens, which would have been low, I would still stopped out. So waiting. RNXT, not good. So we recovered nicely before the candle closed. So this does offer some more trades. So I'll be patient again and keep waiting. And I'll stick to small size. I'm not going to get aggressive on this stock. At least not unless it gets halted or something. Will we see another solid entry? At this point, I am watching at break even. Like if I take another loss, and we're not seeing the consistency I want, I'll also be out of here still. Not gonna overdo it on a day like today. Waiting patiently. There might be a scalp trade here. The bids are not going to quite catch up, but okay, there's a quick scalp trade. That's actually going to lead to high of day. Not bad. Seems like it might be struggling a bit. We need more buyers. Can we see more buyers? So that wasn't a bad scalp. I didn't expect all of that out of the scalp trade. I was just looking for 5-10 cents. Didn't expect a high of day test, but pretty good. Better than expected. So, false breakout low over the highs. We essentially double topped. 55 versus what? 55, 56. It'd be good if it gets back up there and we see a big bid. That usually will help. This would be the fifth time. So is the fifth time going to be the charm again if it gets up there? Or maybe four if you're depending on how you're looking at it. Let's see, 39.43. Volume still looks decent. What will it be? What will it be here? Again, if I see what I like, I don't mind giving it a chance, but being patient. So you had 50 again right there. And if it goes, we need to see like 75. Like at this price range, nothing less than like 75, 80. Like we can't break out to 60, 65. That's going to be nonsense. Far so good. Take the long, tight stops. Tight stops as per usual. It seems like it might be struggling. Get back in. 13. I'll watch for another entry if we hold up. Well, that's not good. We're gonna come down some more. It's a $30 loss. Okay. I think it still looks good, but it's quite the pullback again. Okay, I might get out of here whilst the going is good. I think I'm flat on the day now after those trades. Uh, Good attempt. Stock not holding up super well in the areas that I'm watching. Yeah, I think this is a good place to shut it down. I think it still looks decent, but I'm already seeing losing trades. What's the point, right? So, I think I'm gonna call it and get out of here on this flat day. You know, of course, 200 is better than 20, but mentally it feels like the same thing. So, slow day. We'll sum it up, close the case, come back tomorrow, or maybe power hour if there's something, I don't know. If I see the chat going crazy, uh, I'll come back. If not, tomorrow we live to fight another day. Yeah, so for those of you going the distance, if you're going the distance, you have to keep making sure you stay focused, right? You got to trade to the best of your ability, stay locked in, trade the best stocks, make sure whatever you're trading is hitting the criteria, and trade the setups that we know and love. For everyone else, for those of you checking out to go to the other business, the other project, maybe the day job, whatever it is, make sure to have a good time. Come back and trade tomorrow. So I'm out of here. Slow day. Not much. Falling asleep. Not really, but yeah. Take care, guys. For those of you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, on the way out, be sure to leave a thumbs up if you have not already. There we go. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and tomorrow again, right? As you guys know, we show everything. Big green, big red, flat days, slow days, and everything in between. So I am maybe a stock to keep an eye on for those of you who will stick around. It seems like it's moving up here a little bit, but it's still early. It's hard to tell if we're going to see real volume and a nice move. But yeah, Relentless